But after that profit share, our net profit as developers is... We've just finally exchanged contracts on the purchase of our most recent site. We're going to head over there now. I'm going to show you the site. I'm going to show you how we found the deal, how we funded the deal, what we're building on the site, and what the general plan is moving forward. Let's go. The site we're going to is in a village called Isleham in Cambridgeshire. It's taken us 10 months to get to this point where we've actually exchanged contracts. We agreed the sale back in January, and it's been a wild roller coaster, ups and downs since that point. We've got banks helping us fund this project, and the banks that have agreed to lend on this, fortunately, because myself and Rosie's experience is strong enough and banks are really hot on experience and that's what they want to see, and the margins and the numbers in the deal are healthy, they were happy to lend against it. But in this project in particular, we've actually got 5 investors putting money in, as well as our own cash, and we've had investors pull out along the way, which has been stressful. So to get to this point, I'm pretty happy, I'm pretty relieved. I'm going to sleep well tonight. So behind me here is the land where we're going to be building 17 houses. The site itself is just under an acre in size. I'm going to tell you all about the site, show you around the site. We've got Rosie with us here today. We've also got the designs. We're going to show you the designs of the site and the changes we're going to be making. And then back at the office, I'm going to talk you through all of the numbers in the deal, how much the houses are going to be worth, what the total gross development value is, how much you're paying for the land, and importantly, how much profit is in this deal. If you join me here in the middle of the site, we're pretty much standing where the road down the middle is going to go. We've purchased this land with outline planning permission. So that means the council have approved the concept of development. They've approved the initial designs. And now what we have to do to get the full planning application, which will allow us to start the construction, is submit what we call a reserve matters application. And with that, we just submit kind of our final design, some final information that the council needs to then make the decision to give us the full planning. We've made some slight amendments to the designs. The designs we purchased this site with were done by the previous applicant, and so we've worked very closely with our architects on the redesign to try and add as much value as we can to the end units, make it a more valuable scheme and therefore increase the profitability. Here we have the original site plan. You can see we're stood just on this road here, and we've got the entrance to the site down the middle here, which is just going to be to my left. At the front of the site, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. These are the affordable units. We've got 2-bedroom bungalows and some 3 1-bedroom bungalows. And then down the middle of the site, we've got 4 properties either side, which are the 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom detached houses. And at the end of the site, we've got this turning head. We've got the 4-bedroom houses as well. This is the current designs we purchased the site with, and then we've redesigned it to look a little bit like this. So very much the same layout. One of the most significant changes we made is that the road has gone from being 10 meters wide to just under 6 meters wide, whereas before it was a 6 meter road with a 1.8 meter footpath either side. We brought the road down to 4 meters with just a 1 meter footpath on one side. That allowed us to bring these houses a little bit closer in. We also reduced the depth of the driveways because for the size of properties they were just a little bit too deep, which means the gardens have got significantly bigger by up to a couple of meters either side. Especially for properties like this, extending the gardens adds a lot of value. In terms of the properties, this is what the original designs for the 4-bedroom properties looked like. You can see the front elevation there, a little bit uninspiring. The layout upstairs, a lot of height restriction in some of the bedrooms. And then this is what the 4 bedrooms look like now. So in terms of upstairs, less height restriction, better designs. You can see much more aesthetic and inspiring there, and so this is what we're submitting with the reserve matters application, making a slight amendment to the application, but having these passed is going to increase the value of the units we'll be building and therefore making the site more profitable. We're about to submit these, and hopefully by February next year we'll be starting on site. We're back in the office, and in front of me here I have the financial appraisal for the site, which breaks down all of the numbers and ultimately shows us what the profit in the deal is going to be at the end. Starting from the top, we've got the GDV, which is a gross development value, and that is the value of all of the units once they're built. We've got here that the 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom bungalows are going to be 185 145,000 for the 2 beds and 125,000 for the 1 beds. Across the 5 units, that would be 745,000. With the open market units, we've got the 3-bedroom detached properties and the 4-bedroom detached properties. We've allowed for £425,000 for the 3 beds, and then we expect the 4 beds to be going for £475,000 each. And that's actually more than what we thought they were going to be when we first agreed the deal 10 months ago. But by keeping an eye on the market, we've seen that prices have gone up. And so in fact, that's helped our profit margins as well. So the total combined value of all of the units on site, we're projecting to be £6.3 million. So in terms of costs on the site, the first cost we have to look at is planning costs. So there's £36,000 of planning costs here, which is primarily made up of architect's fees and a couple of reports that we need to get done. The second cost on the financial appraisal is the contributions, which is made up of Section 106 contributions and the community infrastructure levy. Both of these are kind of like a tax or a levy that developers have to pay to the local authority. On this site, there's £476,000 of contributions, which for a site this size is actually pretty high. And then the biggest cost in the financial appraisal is the construction costs. And this is essentially what it's going to cost us to build the houses from the ground up. Including contingency, we've allowed for £2.7 million of construction costs. There are also fees we have to pay for our employer's agent, for our architects, for our engineers, for project management. And those fees accumulate to £244,000. And then finally, we have the sales costs as well, which is what it's going to cost us to sell the properties. So that includes money for marketing, maybe brochures, videography, signboards, etc. And then also the estate agency fees. So we've allowed for £94,000 on the sales costs. And then we have the land acquisition. So we've agreed to pay £910,000 for the land. With stamp duty, that takes us up to £946,000. And then finally, we have funding costs. So this is a cost a lot of people forget to take into account. And this is essentially what it's going to cost us to borrow money from the banks to actually build this site. So in terms of how we're funding this project, the majority of the funds are coming from the bank in the form of development finance, and then the shortfall is made up of cash that's been put in from investors. So the total cost for that bank financing, we've calculated at just over £500,000, so £504,000 with interest, which is obviously a significant amount of money, which brings the total costs on the site up to £5,056,000. So with a gross development value at 6.3 million and total costs at just over 5 million, that brings our net profit to just under 1.3 million. From that, there's a profit share we give to the investors that have partnered with us on this project. But after that profit share, our net profit as developers is just around £1 million. Here it says 990,000, but with a bit of cost engineering and cost savings, plus a bit of luck on our side with the market continuing to go up, we could be looking at well over £1 million profit into our pockets at the end of this deal. So I hope you found this video insightful. Make sure you go follow me over on Instagram, where you can see a behind the scenes of us building out this project, and make sure you subscribe as well when we're showing you more videos of this project throughout its journey, plus other projects we've got coming up that are in the pipeline. Like, comment, let us know what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.